He is to you anytime.
Oh.
Come here.
Hi.
Mwah.
I let myself in because there's nobody at the front desk. Where's Barbara?
Barbara asked if she could take an early lunch.
Then what about our lunch?
Well, just you give me 5 minutes to clear all this stuff up, and I'll be ready to go.
Want me to help?
Sure, if you could hand me some of that.
Oh. J. Avery right there on top. Does that mean she was here recently?
Yesterday.
Well, how is she, or is that confidential information?
Nothing new to report medically. There was something, however.
Well, really, something you're not very happy about.
Well, it just wasn't very pleasant. She started talking about Derek, and I thought it'd be a good time to ask her if she was considering telling him the truth about her.
Oh. And?
Her reaction was immediate.
Negative.
Yeah, she said she had no intention of telling him about her illness, thought it would turn him off completely.
Oh, I don't think so.
I don't think so either. She does. She thought he'd be kind, sympathetic, utterly repelled by seeing a woman who... Anyway, that was her decision.
Well, it's hers to make. I just think it's so unfair to Derek.
I thought so, too. Told her that. Didn't do any good. She just got upset. She made me swear again that we would keep her secret no matter what.
Did she cry?
Yes.
Did you hold her? I'm sorry. God. Ignore that last remark. I hope you did hold her, the poor woman. It's just that... Oh, sometimes I'm so ashamed of myself. I have these uncharitable thoughts about that woman.
Not you. You're incapable of it.
Oh, no, I'm not. No, I did talk to Nora about it, and I told her that I was aware that she was making these insinuations about you and Jinx to Mrs. Goodman.
And?
She swore that she wouldn't do it anymore, and she meant it.
Good.
Nora? Hi. You must be Barbara. I wasn't sure I'd know you. I should have arrived first. You would have recognized the uniform.
Well, my uniform isn't quite as distinctive as yours.
Well, it's certainly nice to meet you at last. We've talked on the phone so often.
It's nice to meet you, too. Well, how was Dr. Kavanaugh this morning?
Oh, his usual busy self.
Hi. Would you like a cocktail?
I'd like a glass of dry white wine, please.
Sure. Well, Mrs. Kavanaugh is fine today. As a matter of fact, she's having lunch with the doctor.
Yes, I know.
You know, it's really strange. You know everything that he's doing, and I know everything that she's doing.
Have you worked for her very long?
No, just a couple of months.
Oh, well, then we started pretty much at the same time. I hope she's as nice to work for as the doctor.
Yes, she's very nice. Too nice, as a matter of fact. I guess that's why I feel sorry for her.
What was that?
Listen to me. I haven't been here with you for 2 minutes, and already I'm crying on your shoulder. I guess it's the uniform. I always feel like I can trust a nurse.
But I don't understand. Why should you feel sorry for Mrs. Kavanaugh? She's got an awful lot going for her.
Including the wonderful doctor.
Well, yes. Him most of all. Yeah, he is really one of the most handsome men I've ever... Nora, you spend a good deal of time at their home, don't you?
Yes, Mrs. Kavanaugh likes to work at home. As a matter of fact, I've become one of the family, practically.
I see.
And, of course, being her private secretary, I've also become her confidant, you know.
Oh, yes, yes. Oh, thank you.
Well, shall we look at the menu?
Oh, yes, of course. I have to be back in an hour. You still haven't told me...
About what?
You know, why you're sorry for Mrs. Kavanaugh.
Well, I shouldn't have said anything. I don't know what got into me blurting it out that way. I guess I felt I could trust you. I feel like I know you, even though we've just met.
Yes.
Well, listen, I've told you this much. I guess it wouldn't be fair to... Barbara, Mrs. Kavanaugh believes... Well, she knows, rather, that the doctor is not the most faithful of husbands.
kidding.
I wish I were. No. This isn't something I'm guessing at. She's actually talked to me about it.
Well, for heaven's sake.
I tell her it's just her imagination, that obviously he loves her.
Well, that's certainly how it seems to me. He's always so attentive. He's always sending her flowers and so forth.
Well, I'm afraid that's what philandering husbands do. I guess he feels a little guilty.
Oh, my gosh. I really can't believe this.
You know, when you do a job like mine, you can't help but notice things. I mean, I never tell Mrs. Kavanaugh what I notice, but all the time he says he's in one place when he's actually in another altogether.
You mean he lies to her?
All the time. And the women that call the house, all hours, they claim to be his patient. They're not his patients. There's one woman in particular, an actress.
An actress? Oh, you must mean...
Well, of course you would know her. Yeah. She is his patient, of course. But it's more than a patient-doctor relationship.
You must mean Miss Avery. She was in the office just yesterday, and... Well, the truth is, I was kind of bothered by what I saw.
What you saw?
I really shouldn't say anything. It's definitely telling tales out of school.
Well, I've certainly been open with you, Barbara.
I really shouldn't.
Listen, if you're afraid that I'm going to tell Mrs. Kavanaugh, don't worry. I never tell her anything negative about her husband.
Well, this Avery girl called unexpectedly yesterday. Now, usually Dr. Kavanaugh won't see a patient without an appointment, but...
In this case, he made an exception.
Yes. Well, that surprised me. But what surprised me even more was when I went into his office, there she was, in his arms.
In his arms? You mean they were kissing?
No, not kissing. She was very upset. She kept saying something about...
Saying what?
Well, it was something about,
Yeah.
never letting go. Those were her words. That she can't ever let go.
What a mess.
Mexican meatloaf.
Ole?
I need help.
So why's that lemon liquid here?
Got a better idea?
Undoubtedly. Introducing new improved Joy. One little squirt puts the toughest squeeze on dirt. Look, on tough foods like this, Joy cleans better than your lemon liquid.
My brand couldn't cut the dirt.
Joy left its dish shining.
Nice shine.
Uh-huh. Wow, great looking table. New lemon fresh Joy. One little squirt puts the toughest squeeze on dirt.
Oh, musty odors. We need Arm & Hammer Maximum Strength Carpet Deodorizer. More odor-destroying ingredient than these combined. And while those sit on top, Arm & Hammer Carpet Deodorizer penetrates, destroys deep-down odors.
The whole room's fresh.
They work better, cost less.
You put the Arm & Hammer baking soda in the freezer.
It's not a mistake, Harry. One box to absorb freezer odors and a fresh box to absorb refrigerator odors.
Freshen the fridge and freezer with Arm & Hammer Pure Baking Soda.
Ask your dentist. Before he scrapes that ugly tartar off your teeth, ask him why so many dentists are switching from their toothpastes to this one, Tartar Control Crest in the silver box. Dentists know that besides fighting cavities, Tartar Control Crest does something no fluoride toothpaste could ever do: fight ugly tartar. Dentists proved it works in 3 years of clinical tests. Look, hard, crusty tartar takes a dentist or hygienist to scrape it off. But you can help keep visible tartar off your teeth between dental cleanings with Tartar Control Crest. But don't just take my word for it. Ask your dentist about Tartar Control Crest, the dentist's choice for fighting tartar.
Oh, baby, this is perfect. Is it really just for the two of us?
Mm-hmm. It's just for you and just for me. And it's got all of the modern inconveniences that modern life can offer. It has no telephone.
Oh, good.
It has no people for miles and miles around.
Great.
It has no central heating.
You're kidding.
Well, don't worry. There are plenty of heaters, and you've got a husband here to keep you warm.
I just hope it's not too remote, because I want to go shopping. I want to see people. I want to go skiing.
Oh, you can do that. Here, you see straight over there?
Yeah.
Past that bunch of trees?
Yeah.
That's where a trail begins. That goes right down into town. When we want to go down into town, we put on our skis, go down the trail. When we're done in town, we get the helicopter to drop us off right over there.
Perfect. But I haven't skied in 2 years, you know.
Well, we'll get you an instructor.
Great. To make sure he's very young and very good looking, and I want him to have an accent.
No way.
Come on.
I want to get you somebody who's short and fat and balding.
No.
Because I've got the most beautiful woman in Samoritz right here by my side. And she and I are about to begin our second honeymoon right now.
Forgive me, please. Perhaps I should have waited outside, but the weather turned so cold.
Herr Brunner!
Yes, Mr. Whitney.
That's right. Pleased to meet you. Oh, this is my wife.
Oh, I'm charmed, Mrs. Whitney. Charmed. Well, I apologize again for being in here.
That's okay. Are you from the welcome wagon?
Oh, Mr. Brunner is the one who made all this possible on very, very short notice.
The rental agent.
Yeah. Well, I hope that everything will be to your satisfaction. Mrs. Whitney, I took the liberty to build a fire to make your arrival a little more gemütlich, nicer.
Well, yes, it certainly is very gemütlich. It looks wonderful. Thank you.
Look at this. We have flowers. We have fruits. We have a basket. What is this?
Oh, yeah, my wife prepared a little supper, and I hope that you will enjoy this to go with it. This is a bottle of Liebfraumilch.
Oh, Liebfraumilch. Oh, you thought of everything, Herr Brunner. Thank you.
Yes, and here's a paper in English, and I also stocked the liquor cabinet for you, Mr. Whitney.
Well, thank you very much. That's just fine. Thank you.
And just one more thing. Yeah, this is a big surprise. Here, look.
Oh, no.
Yeah, well, it took a little doing to do this, but I finally managed to get it
You see, Herr
installed.
Brunner, I've been trying to get away from telephones.
No, but telephone, most people, especially Americans...
We're delighted to have the telephone. Actually, it'll help me feel a little less isolated.
Yeah, well, honey, we're on our honeymoon. Isolation is the idea, isn't it?
Well, I'm so very, very sorry. I only thought that maybe...
Well, you see, part of the reason we came to Switzerland was to get away from the world, and that is one of the main symptoms of the disease known as civilization.
Well, of course, I can have it removed
No,
if you want me to.
don't. It's wonderful, and we're very grateful.
Well, in that case, I shall leave you to yourselves. Now, I hope that you're going to have a wonderful stay here. Oh, but I must warn you, we had some very bad storms here, and some of the trails are closed. Now, a honeymoon is not so much fun if you have a leg in a cast. Well, auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen. Oh, I love it. I love everything. I even love the telephone.
Yeah, well, if I get one business call, it goes out.
I'll probably want to call home and make sure everything's all right.
Well, that is not exactly the first thing that you do on a honeymoon.
No. As soon as the helicopter brings my clothes, I'll slip into something more comfortable.
Raven, I can practically hear what you're thinking.
I can't help it. I can't get Bobby's shoe off my mind.
The shoe in our car is not Bobby's shoe. Why can't you just take my word for it, honey? Now here, come on, we'll have a little wine. We'll begin our honeymoon without any further talk of murder or of police or of any of those other things that go into making up civilization.
You can tell a lot from body language. This means I'm shy. This means I'm not. And this means I need help.
From my unbeatable bodybuilding system, Prel shampoo and Prel conditioner.
Prel fullness, Prel body, Prel nice.
The Prel bodybuilding system for unbeatable body and fullness.
Prel shampoo and Prel conditioner. It says you look great. In any language.
These are the amazing Lee press-on nails. They press on in seconds. No glue, no mess. Simply press on Lee Superstick tabs. Then press on Lee press-on nails. That's all. Easy on, easy off. Use them again and again. They just won't break or split. Polish, and they're nearly impossible to chip. So press on Lee press-on nails. In natural and glamour lengths and a variety of sizes for a quick, easy fit. Press on.
Madonna Circle celebrates Homecoming 86 at its 11th annual antique show and sale. Several features and events at the show will focus on Tennessee. 34 dealers from throughout the country will display quality, affordable antiques for sale in room settings. Furniture, oriental rugs, silver, jewelry, and porcelain. Gallery tours are available to enhance your knowledge and enjoyment of the show. Tickets are available to all events at the ticket office at Park Place Mall or call 682-0009.
Since 1863, people have used Dr. Tischner's to kill germs, and kill germs it has. As an antiseptic for minor first aid, as a gargle to soothe sore throats, and as a long-lasting, cool-tasting, peppermint-flavored mouthwash. And today, 122 years later, people still use Dr. Tischner's for all those very same reasons. Dr. Tischner's, it's much more than just another mouthwash.
Ja. Nein, ich weiß nicht. Ja, danke schön. Auf Wiedersehen. Sweetheart, all of the lines are busy, but she's going to try again a little later on.
I hope not too much later.
Oh, no. Listen, why don't I go in and I'll take a shower and I'll shave. I'll be out in a minute.
Scott. Hello?
This is the overseas operator. I can make you call now. Go ahead.
Hello?
Spencer? Is that you?
Yes, it's me. Hi. This connection is so good. You sound like you're in the next room. How are you?
Well, I'm fine, Mrs. Whitney. How are you?
Good, good. Oh, I wanted to tell you, Damien Tyler's going to come by in the next day or so.
The police?
Yeah, that's right. He's going to come pick up a shoe that I left on the coffee table.
A shoe, Mrs. Whitney?
Yes, Spencer. If you're in the living room and you turn around and you look at the coffee table, there will be a woman's shoe on it.
There isn't any shoe on the table, Mrs. Whitney.
What do you mean there isn't a shoe on the table?
Well, there isn't. But, however, I noticed something peculiar in the fireplace when I came home yesterday. It looked like the remains of a woman's shoe.
How did a shoe get in the fireplace when I put it on the coffee table?
Well, I really couldn't say, Mrs. Whitney.
Spencer, look, be honest with me. I mean, I'm not going to be angry with you. Did you maybe pick up a girl at some point and take her for a little drive?
No, Mrs. Whitney, never.
No, serious. Come on, you can talk to me, Spencer. I mean, did you pick up a girl?
Mrs. Whitney, I swear to you that I would never use your automobile in that way.
But I found a shoe under the front seat of the car, and I'm very confused because if you don't know who it belongs to, then it must be...
What do you think you're doing?
I'm talking to Spencer.
Spencer, this is Mr. Whitney calling. Now, you know that you're not telling the truth about that shoe.
Mr. Whitney, I'm not quite sure.
I know for a fact that you had a girlfriend in the car, and that's where the shoe came from. And if it ever happens again, Spencer, you're fired. You get it?
Skylar, he said that the shoe was burned, that he found it in the fireplace.
Well, that makes sense. He knew it would get him in trouble, so he tried to destroy the evidence.
Yeah, I know, but he also said that he didn't have a girl in the car.
Well, of course he'd say that, honey. It's a well-paying job that he didn't want to lose. Get it?
I guess so. But now Damien Tyler's going to get the letter, he's going to get over there, and there's going to be no shoe.
Well, it was a silly idea to write the letter in the first place.
I guess, but this is very, very strange.
Well, look, sweetheart, if we're going to spend our second honeymoon talking about shoes and about Spencer's girlfriends, maybe we ought to book passage home, huh?
No. I don't want to do that.
You know, when they first introduced these soft cleansers, I thought, what a great idea. And they are, except for one thing. They don't clean that well.
Introducing one that does. Now there's a new soft cleanser with cleaning power that's amazing. Introducing Mr. Clean Soft Cleanser. No other soft cleanser has the cleaning power of new Mr. Clean with an active formula that actually cuts through grease and grime on contact. So new Mr. Clean cleans better.
It took the power of the man to do what no one else can do. Safely clean with lots of muscle and let the shine come through.
You're quite a man.
The better cleaning soft cleanser. New from Mr. Clean.
P.S. I love you.
Progresso Soup, I love you. For your minestrone.
I love you for your chicken noodle. The best tasting soup.
This side of my soup.
P.S. Progresso Soup, I love you.
Do you know what all these people have in common? They are all members of the National Rifle Association. Why have 3 million Americans joined the NRA? For just $15, you receive full membership, which includes $300 gun theft insurance, $10,000 accidental death and dismemberment insurance, $100,000 shooter's liability insurance, and your choice of NRA's official magazines, The American Hunter or The American Rifleman. NRA is easily the shooter's biggest bargain, so why not join now? To join the NRA, simply dial the toll-free number on your screen.
Join the NRA today and get an NRA Shooter's Cap free. To join, call toll-free 1-800-453-1904. 1-800-453-1904. We'll bill you later.
Well, that is what I had in mind now for our honeymoon.
Only one problem. I'm freezing.
Oh, well, listen, I just put another log on the fire.
Oh, good. I want to warm up a little. I just thought of something.
Oh, what's that?
Spencer couldn't have thrown the shoe in the fireplace.
Raven, for God's sake.
No, really, listen for a second. I just thought of this. He was in the car with me. You were the only one in the living room. I won't mention it again. I'm gonna go put something else on. I'm cold.
Air travel furnished by Capital Air.
Kennedy is an enraged man bent on revenge. John, who stars in The Human Factor on the USA Movie.
Thursday at 8 on USA. TV's most innovative continuing drama is back.
Getting nostalgic already?
The Edge of Night. Next on USA.
Gene Okerlund reminding you this week from Madison Square Garden, our feature match, King Kong Bundy meets George Wells right here on All-American Wrestling.
You're watching the USA Network.
So beautiful. Time seems to stand still out here. I wish that it would. Then I wouldn't have to worry. Then I wouldn't have to worry about anything. Oh, my beautiful Raven. Who'd believe that you would be such a threat to me? If only you weren't so damned inquisitive. Why couldn't you take what I say at face value? Why couldn't you stop asking questions? Always asking questions. And now you've really done it. You've written to that clown, Damian Tyler. Well, too bad, my baby. That letter will never get there. Oh, no. It's hidden somewhere in tons of Zurich trash. So Mr. Tyler won't be getting any little messages from Mrs. Schuyler Whitney. But what will happen when we get home? When we get back to Monticello? My helpful wife will run to Tyler and tell him about finding Bobby Gerard's shoe in the car. In my car. She'll tell him about the shoe being burned, and that I was the only one who could have put it in the fireplace. And then the police will know the truth. And it will be my adorable wife who will put the noose around my neck when she gets back. If she gets back.
How come you're up so early?
Well, I
I didn't want us to miss any of this, so I had the alarm set early.
We're in Switzerland.
Yep.
It's breathtaking.
Yeah, I know it is. It's awesome.
What time is it?
It's a little before 8.
I want to go to the store, buy some skis, and go skiing immediately.
Whatever your heart desires.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy to be alive.
Keeping out of mischief now. Really am in love. Hey, baby! Happy New Year!
How you doing, Pops?
Hey.
Still celebrating New Year, huh?
Yeah, so it would seem. You sure you're okay? You look a little shaky.
No, I'm fine.
Well, you sure you're ready for this assignment? I mean, you've only been out of your sick bed for a couple of days.
Calvin, will you stop playing den mother? I told you I feel great.
Okay, excuse me. I would think you'd be glad somebody was interested enough to worry about you.
What are you worried about? I mean, this is a nice, easy job. Here I am sitting in a crummy little joint, drinking a warm beer and chewing the fat with my old buddy. Although I've got to say, Calvin, the conversation is a little bit on the boring side.
Well, my friend, you haven't exactly been scintillating this evening yourself.
What are you talking about? I've been carrying the conversation the whole night. What's up with you, anyway?
I'm sorry. I was just, remembering a phone conversation I had with Star before I came over here.
Well, yeah, what'd you say?
Well, her, show opened on Broadway tonight, or I guess it's last night.
Is it a hit or a flop?
Well, it's a hit. A smash. A Sacco Bafo smash, I believe the theatrical term is.
All right, that's terrific. A Broadway success. That must be at least as good as making police commissioner.
Yeah. I swear for the life of me, I still can't figure out how I feel about it.
There's only one way to feel. You've got to be really happy for Star. I mean, think of what this must mean to her.
Yeah, well, I have thought about what it means to her, and I am happy for her, but I'm also thinking about what it means to me. It's just more extension of the separation from my wife, man.
And you're not sure how you feel about that?
I am not sure at all.
Well, since we're in this deep, what is going on with Dee Dee Bannister?
Who?
Come on. What did she say to Julius Newcomb's proposal of marriage?
I don't know, and I probably won't find out till it hits the papers.
Why's that?
Dee Dee is, having difficulty communicating these days.
So? What are you going to do about it?
That's better. I am not going to do a damn thing about it. Look, would you mind if we just, drop this subject? I think we've exhausted it.
Okay. I'll tell you what, maybe I'll give you something else to think about.
Yeah, well, please do.
Have you ever heard the name Nora Fulton?
Look at that. Nora Fulton.
Come on, she's Nicole Kavanaugh's secretary.
Oh, sure, okay. So what's so interesting about Nora Fulton?
Well, Spencer Barney told me that he used to work with Nora Fulton in the same household. He worked for a family called the Bowies. And at the same time, a Mr. Gunther Wagner worked for that family.
You want to run that by me again?
Hey, it's true. Not only that, he said that Gunther and Nora were very close.
No kidding. Well, now that does smack of one of those, isn't it a small world situations, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. And these isn't it a small world situations make me very curious. Don't you think that's kind of a strange coincidence?
Are you kidding? Of course.
Well, I think that I'm going to say something to the chief about it tonight. He's usually up pretty late.
Not tonight, my friend, not tonight.
Why not?
I saw the chief leave headquarters early with a, rather cute little blonde.
What do you mean by that? What kind of a question is that?
Well, if it's the truth, why don't you admit it?
So what?
So I grew a mustache to look a little older.
Nobody wants to look older. Why would you?
You gotta understand the situation I was in. I was being appointed deputy chief of police in a major city department. I was gonna be giving orders to thousands of officers, some of them 10, 20-year veterans.
Yes, and you with the face of a choir boy.
Yeah, curse of my life. Look, I was being appointed by my boss, and it was on the one specific condition that I grow a mustache. He said it would give me the look of authority.
You have a way with authority.
Yes, well, anyway, that is the saga of how I've come to have a mustache. I just gotten used to it.
Well, I think it's a very nice story.
How about you? You think you could get used to it?
I already am used to it. As a matter of fact, I think I'm addicted to it.
No? What are you addicted to?
You. But I don't want you to stop talking. I want to hear all about your past.
You do, huh? Well, I'm not known for being very articulate, but, you know, I've done more talking about myself since I've met you than I think I have in the past 5 years. What is it you do to me, lady?
Well, it's just that I'm interested in you, interested in your personal history, that's all.
Here's my wife was never very interested in my personal history. I don't think my wife was very interested in me, period.
I can't understand that. I mean, you're such a sweet man. How she could ever let you go?
I'm sure for the same reason so many cops' wives have. Their crazy hours, the extra duty during emergencies, never knowing when those emergencies might be hazardous to your health. I'm sure that you can imagine all the classic symptoms. Being married to a cop's not an easy life. And I'm the one they call the top cop, so living with me must be especially tough.
Well, I would think that cops' wives get used to it eventually.
I don't think they ever do. You know, they start off thinking their love is strong enough to surmount anything. Those problems don't disappear. And in the long run...
Well, look, let's not talk about the long run. I just want to talk about right now.
Laugh at the antics of real people caught in the act of being themselves. On Candid Camera, weekday mornings at 10, 9 Central on USA.
Crisco oil's light taste brings remarkable lightness to salads.
Remarkably light, ooh, delightfully light, ah, true flavor in every bite. Crisco oil's light taste sets the flavor free.
Next to corn oil, specially made Crisco oil looks lighter, is lighter, but it's really Crisco's light taste that brings out salad's true flavor with no oily taste and no cholesterol.
Deliciously, Crisco oil's light taste sets the flavor free.
P.S. I love you.
Progresso Soup, I love you, for your minestrone.
I love you for your chicken noodle, the best tasting soup.
This side of my soup.
P.S. Progresso Soup, I love you.
Wow, what a party.
Lasagna, what a mess.
Take me to your kitchen.
You'll help do the dishes?
Not with that lemon liquid. Here's something better for this job. Introducing new improved Joy. One little squirt puts the toughest squeeze on dirt. Look, Joy cleans better than your lemon liquid on foods like this.
My brand couldn't cut the dirt.
Joy left its dish shining.
Joy made this sparkle.
Uh-huh. Beautiful table you set.
Thanks to Joy.
New lemon fresh Joy. One little squirt puts the toughest squeeze on dirt.
These are the amazing Lee press-on nails. They press on in seconds. No glue, no mess. Simply press on Lee Super Stick tabs. Then press on Lee press-on nails. That's all. Easy on, easy off. Use them again and again. They just won't break or split. Polish, and they're nearly impossible to chip. So press on Lee press-on nails. In natural and glamour lengths and a variety of sizes for a quick, easy fit. Press on.
Would you like to hit the jackpot for $25,000? Well, if you can solve a riddle like this...
I'm the big cheese in the pizza business. What am I called?
Mozzarella?
Mozzarella! Then tune in to the fun and games on Jackpot for your chance to call in and win $25,000 and hundreds of other prizes. But you have to tune in to win, only on... Jackpot!
4:30 p.m. weekdays on USA. He and She Are It. Friday mornings at 11:30, 10:30 Central on USA. Don't miss Peter Sellers, and Peter Sellers in The Fiendish Plot of Dr. Fu Manchu, a USA premiere event coming Tuesday, March 18th.
What a clumsy thing to do. Good Lord, you probably wakened the entire household. What a terrible nightmare. It seemed so real.
Geraldine, are you all right?
Oh, yes, dear. I'm all right. Come in.
I thought I heard a noise.
You did. Terribly clumsy of me, but I'm afraid I knocked the telephone off the nightstand.
Oh.
I don't think I did any serious damage. You know, my dear, I don't mind growing old. It's just that I'm getting messy.
You are neither one. I just want to make sure you're all right.
Yes, I'm fine, really. It's just that I woke so suddenly, and for a minute I didn't know where I was. I'm terribly sorry if I disturbed you.
Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it at all, please. Why don't I just sit here for a few minutes, maybe we can chat,
You know, the truth is, it was a nightmare that woke me. And that's so strange, really, because I rarely dream.
Well, you do have a lot on your mind.
Yes, I do. And it all has to do with Raven.
Was your dream about her?
Yes. It seemed so real at the time. But now it just seems absurd. Raven and I were climbing a very steep, a very long stairway to some sort of watchtower. It took us forever to get up to the top, but when we did, there was a big clock there, or... No, actually, it was a huge pocket watch. Raven wanted to arrange the hands of the clock so they'd read the correct time, and I thought it was just too precarious. I didn't want her to, so I tried to stop her. And, of course, typical of Raven, she said she was going to do it anyway. So I cried out to her. I said, Raven, stop, don't. You'll fall. And that's exactly what happened. I watched in horror. And she fell from that tall steeple to the ground. It was awful. Then I woke up.
Obviously, Geraldine, you had Skylar's pocket watch on your mind.
I suppose I did.
Now, my dear, I really don't know anything about interpreting dreams, but this seems to have its own symbolism. It's as though it's your deep concern that she's headed for a terrible fall in spite of your warnings.
Nancy, she is so self-willed, so stubborn. And in the real world, I won't be there to warn her when it happens.
Well, when she and Sky return and you move back home, maybe she'll be more reasonable.
Yeah. I don't think Raven will want me back in her home again, or in her life. Ever.
Oh, musty odors. We need Arm & Hammer Maximum Strength Carpet Deodorizer. More odor-destroying ingredients than these combined. And while those sit on top, Arm & Hammer Carpet Deodorizer penetrates, destroys deep-down odors.
The whole room's fresh.
They work better, cost less.
You put the Arm & Hammer baking soda in the freezer.
It's not a mistake, Harry. One box to absorb freezer odors and a fresh box to absorb refrigerator odors.
Freshen the fridge and freezer with Arm & Hammer Pure Baking Soda.
Bad checkup, Mom. You pray you never hear those words, but it could happen. 2 out of every 3 kids between the ages of 5 and 17 still get cavities. So don't push your luck. Make sure your family fights cavities with Crest. You see, dentists have seen clinical proof for years. More of them recommend Crest. and more dentists' families brush with Crest than any other fluoride toothpaste. After all, they want good checkups as much as you do. Crest, the dentist choice for fighting cavities.
Just finished my first day at a great new job. You know where I found it? Here, in the National Business Employment Weekly. Every issue tells you about the best jobs available. Managerial, professional, technical. At top companies across the country. Top salaries from $25,000 a year to $250,000. Every issue has articles to help you land the job that's right for you. Writing a better resume. Coming across strong in interviews. Marketing yourself. Then when you get the job you want, articles that help you manage your career. Like setting career goals, salary statistics, how to ask for a raise and get it. The National Business Employment Weekly helps you get a great job, helps you do a great job. Don't make a career move without it.
Ask for the National Business Employment Weekly at your newsstand. Or if you prefer, get the next 8 issues by first-class mail for $35. Call toll-free 800-255-5000. 8 weekly issues, $35. Call 800-255-5000 now.
I'm sorry, you're awake.
That's all right. I wanted to finish this chapter anyway. Geraldine all right?
It's just a bit calmer when I left her.
What was wrong?
I was just having terrible nightmares. She's still very upset about a quarrel with Raven. You know, she cares about her very deeply, and Raven's rejection is very, very upsetting.
I'm sure it is. But I have the feeling it'll all blow over when the Whitneys get back from Switzerland.
Yes, I was trying to convince her of that, but I'm not sure I was successful.
Nancy, do you think I was wrong in my attempt with Raven? I mean, to confront her with all those facts about her husband?
Honey, they were going to leave for Europe the next day. We didn't have a good choice.
You know, I did talk to Tony Hammersmith about calling Schuyler as a witness. After all, he was Gunther's employer. That would have kept them in Monticello indefinitely.
And Mr. Hammersmith rejected the idea?
Yes, he didn't think Sky would help the prosecution, that the defense might have been benefited from the cross-examination. Now, he's gone. And we still have no evidence that he was involved, even partially, in Gunther's death.
But you think he was, don't you?
Nancy, I firmly believe it now. And I'm not the only one.
So you think Chief Mallory's really smitten with this girl, Jinx Avery, huh?
And if you saw her, you'd know why. She's a good-looking woman.
Well, maybe he's finally coming out of his shell.
I hope so. He'd be a lot easier to get along with.
Nothing like a dame, huh?
Or so Confucius say.
I think that's Rogers and Hammerstein, Calvin.
Come on, let's get out here and go someplace where we can get some good food.
Well, I think the place is closing now.
Well, maybe we ought to get this little show on the road, huh?
Why not? I'm tired of looking at your boring face anyway.
Yeah, well, suppose I was to shut your eyes, both of them, then you wouldn't have to look at this face anymore.
Yeah, well, maybe if you had guts enough, you could just try it, you clown.
What are you calling a clown? Clown?
Hey, you see anybody else in here that fits that description? Now, look, you owe me $20, and you're trying to weasel out of it. You can just put it in my hand right now, or you are going to go out of here in an ambulance.
That wasn't a real bet, and you know it. I'm not going to just give you $20, but if you think you're bad enough to take it, then come on.
Hey,
I'm just going to do
cut
that.
it out. What the hell you guys think you're doing? Knock it off.
Anything to you, Matt?
I said knock it off.
Hey, now, what are you going to do
I
about
said
it?
knock it off.
Hey, there's no point. Come here. Okay, hold it right there. Police officer, Monticello PD.
What the?
Oh, Officer McCaffrey was right. You do carry an illegal weapon.
What are you talking about?
You got a license for this cannon, Louis?
It's just a technicality.
Yeah, we
that's
know you
all.
don't have a license, but thanks for showing it to us anyway.
You rotten. You guys set me up.
That's right, Lou, and it's a good thing we did before you got a chance to use that weapon on somebody else.
No, me and my pal just did you a favor, Louis. A real favor. Wasn't that nice of us?
Pretty nice. Let's go.
Do you ever think of passing time, age?
Sure I do sometimes. Doesn't everybody? Why?
How old do you think I am?
You know, I've never even thought about that. I imagine you're a few years younger than I am.
Well, I'm 28, and lately I've been feeling very, very old.
Oh, come on, for heaven's sake. What'd make you feel like that?
Oh, a couple of things. But tonight, I don't feel like that at all.
You know something, tonight I feel like a kid again myself. But I've been feeling this way ever since we started going out together. You don't suppose I've fallen in love with you, do you?
So soft towels. Jump in! Sweet smelling sheets. Jump! No cling to most anything. Jump, 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 jump. Bounce for clothes you can't wait to jump into. Jump! Come on in. Jump in! Feel the touch. Jump! You are the one. You feel so good around me. Jump, 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 jump. Bounce for clothes you can't wait to jump into. Jump!
Look at them potatoes.
Where are they going, Grandma?
Mommy, what's happening to the potatoes?
Introducing the chip that's eating all the potatoes. Pringles Rippled Potato Chips. Every can has more potatoes than before, and every chip rippled thick to bring out the extra hearty, extra delicious taste. So eat the chip that's eating all the potatoes. Pringles Rippled Potato Chips.
On the next, check it out.
You little scamp trying to make me jealous. I love you.
Do you want to fight? Yes, I do. Tomorrow, here in this store. Rain or shine. Rain. Listen, are you all right? Say something. Speak to me.
Thank you, waiter. I'll have the ham sandwich and the soup of the day.
Oh, check it out. Starring Don Adams. Tomorrow night at 10 on USA.
P.S. I love you.
Progresso Soup, I love you. For your minestrone.
I love you for your chicken noodle. The best tasting soup.
This side of my soup.
P.S. Progresso Soup, I love you.
He and She are it. Friday mornings at 11:30, 10:30 Central on USA. Don't miss Peter Sellers, and Peter Sellers in the fiendish plot of Dr. Fu Manchu, a USA premiere event coming Tuesday, March 18th. George Kennedy is an enraged man bent on revenge. John Mills co-stars in The Human Factor on the USA movie. Thursday at 8 on USA.
Good morning, sir, madame. Good morning. In Saint-Moritz, isn't it?
Oh, it's beautiful outside.
Am I right in assuming that you are from America?
How'd you know that?
Well, a certain openness, a certain charm. And how can I be of service to you?
Well, we want to do some skiing, so we need to buy some skis.
Then you came to the right place, madame. Over here you have a large selection. Perhaps something will catch your interest.
Do you have anything in pink to match my outfit?
Pink skis? Come on, Raven.
Oh, look! Great.
Sweetheart, you've got enough suits already for a whole
I'm
Olympic
just
team.
looking.
Perhaps you could be of some assistance in helping my wife select some skis.
Well, it depends on one's proficiency. The longer racing skis are faster for those more experienced, or the shorter type for a beginning, because we have more control with them. One must be careful in this choice. It can be a dangerous sport, as you may know.
Yes. As a matter of fact, I was just reading about a young lady who got killed in a skiing accident on these very slopes, I understand.
Yes, I'm afraid she was a careless young woman, sir. I remember showing her how to adjust the bindings. Obviously, she paid little attention. You see, that was the cause of the accident. At least that's what you think. She must have readjusted the bindings. Maybe she felt that her foot was going out too easily. See, the bindings have to be adjusted to the weight of the skier. And they should release this way. See? Now, if they are too tight, they won't release. And that is when a serious accident can happen.
Just a minute. You're going to